Last class we have discussed regarding the GOC, General Organic Chemistry. In that, bond cleavages, homolytic cleavage, heterolytic cleavage. Then after reagents, nucleophiles. In that ambidentate nucleophiles also we have discussed, and electrophiles. So these are the two small things we have discussed. One is bond cleavages or bond fission. Second one is that reagents. Now coming to the third one, which is more important, is electronic displacements. Bonded electrons are getting displaced. Generally carbon compounds, if you consider, they will make the covalent bonds only. They don't involve in the ionic bond formation. Carbon always involves in the covalent bond formation. So in the covalent bonds, sigma bonds are there, pi bonds are there. So they are getting displaced from their actual location. So those are called electronic displacements. Majorly three types of electronic displacements are present. First one is inductive effect. Second one is hyperconjugation. Third one, resonance or mesomeric effect. These are the three permanent effects are present, whereas some temporary effects also there. Those are electromeric effects that we will see later. So today class we are going to discuss inductive effect, although it is very small but very important one. So what is inductive effect? Inductive effect is a permanent effect. It is a permanent displacement of sigma bonded electron pair in carbon chain towards more electronegative atom or group is called inductive effect. Now this is definition, we will explain it how it takes place, but you see the terms involved in this is that it is a permanent effect. First of all, inductive effect is a permanent effect. Which type of electrons are involving in the inductive effect? Whether sigma or pi electrons means sigma bonded electrons are involving. First thing, it is a permanent effect. Sigma bonded electrons are involving in the inductive effect. It is a displacement towards more electronegative atom. A permanent displacement towards more electronegative atom in a carbon chain is called inductive effect. So you can see in the diagram, let us consider carbon chlorine bond. Carbon is bonding, sigma bonding with the chlorine, so that carbon is providing one electron, chlorine is providing one electron. So the bond pair electron should locate at the center of the CCl bond. In the first figure you can see that. But in practically that is not taking place because of the more electronegativity of the chlorine atom. The sigma bonded electrons are displaced from the center towards chlorine, so that you can see in the second figure the bond pair electrons are slightly, they are dislocating from the center towards the chlorine atom. So eventually carbon is losing the electron pair, chlorine is gaining, but not completely. It is a partially displacing partially. It is not completely displacing, partial displacement. So that's why chlorine get the partial negative charge, carbon get the partial positive charge. It is an example, that's all. I am taking the example, one example. You make chlorine, or you may take OH group, any other group should be present. But with one example I am trying to explain how that partial displacement of sigma bonded electrons takes place. So here the thing is that chlorine has more electronegativity, so that it is trying to pull the electron pair, bonded electron pair, sigma bonded electron pair towards itself. So that chlorine is getting partial negative, the other one is getting the partial positive charge. So you can see when a carbon chain intervening bonds is nothing but it is long chain is there, that they are telling, that's all, nothing is there. So carbon is connected with other carbon, they are connected like that, and so chlorine is there. So how that effect is what we can say, propagating, or it is changing, or it is going from carbon to carbon. So when carbon is directly linked with the chlorine, you can get the partial positive charge. Because of this carbon partial positive, the other carbon is also getting the positive charge. But here the second carbon will get the lesser partial positive charge. This you have to remember. This is very important. So when a chlorine atom is directly attached, carbon get the positive charge is more. When coming to the other carbon, it will get lesser positive charge. When coming to the third carbon, it will get ultimately much more lesser positive charge. When going to the fourth carbon, it may get positive charge, or it may get nothing also. So that's why in many books they will write that inductive effect in a carbon chain, you will see up to third carbon or 4 carbon. Sometimes they will write 4 carbon also, but doesn't matter whether it is up to third carbon or fourth carbon. So it is just one pictorial imagination or diagrammatically showing how that displacement is taking place. So this is very important, a partial displacement of the sigma bonded electrons towards more electronegative atom. Okay, so displacement is taking place towards the atom based on the atom or groups, whether they will give the electron density or they withdraw the electron density. Inductive effect is two types. One will be positive inductive effect groups, that means plus I effect groups. So it refers to the electron increasing nature. Actually what chlorine is doing, it is withdrawing, but I am telling that a group is that is increasing the electron density towards the molecule. Such types of groups are called plus I effect groups. Examples, all alkyl groups are the plus I effect groups. Alkyl groups means methyl you take, ethyl you take, isopropyl, tertiary butyl, neopentyl, all these groups are act as plus I effect groups. Methyl CH3, ethyl group C2H5, C3H7, like that every group, alkyl group you take, they act as plus I effect groups. They increase the electron density of the molecule. They pull the electron density towards the molecule. Next kind is that negative inductive effect groups. The withdrawing nature, chlorine is withdrawing, right? It is taking out from the molecule. The withdrawing nature of groups or atoms is called minus I groups. Generally halogens means fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. They act as minus I groups, means they will withdraw the electron density from the molecule. If these are connected to any carbon chain, they will take the electron from that carbon chain. And other groups also, nitro group, NO2. Here two oxygens are connected to nitrogen, so that nitrogen get the more positive charge, so that it will withdraw electrons from the molecule. One of the strongest minus I effect group is that NO2. This is very important. NO2 is nitro group, strongest minus I group. Minus I is nothing but it is withdrawing electron density from the molecule. Some more examples are there. CN, cyano is also one of the example for the withdrawing, electron withdrawing group. Carboxyl, COOH. Ester, COOR. Aryl oxy, OPH, ROAR, aryl. Benzene phenoxide ion, actually you can say that group withdraw. So ultimately you can see in these withdrawing groups, minus I effect groups containing more electronegative atoms like oxygen, nitrogen. So a fundamental idea towards the inductive effect, first thing is that inductive effect is a permanent effect. Second one, sigma bonded electrons are involving, partial displacement is taking place. Based on whether they are withdrawing or donating, two types are there. Plus I, they donate the electrons. Examples, all alkyl groups, methyl, ethyl, isopropyl, tertiary butyl. Minus I, they withdraw the electrons. Nitro group, cyano group, carboxyl group, ester, aryl oxy, halogens. These are all minus I effect groups. And one more thing is that with the carbon chain increase, minus I effect get minus I or plus I effect get decreases. So applications of the inductive effect we will see in the next class.